Welcome to my channel Xcoin Secrets, where hidden change turns into real money. Today, we're counting down the top 5 most valuable Washington $quarter coins that collectors are paying thousands for right now, from rare dates to mint mark errors and surprising varieties. These quarters could be hiding in your pocket or old coin jar. Watch till the end, because one small detail could make a simple quarter worth a fortune. Top 1. The 1985 Washington $quarter with a large date and a rare P-error mint mark, struck at the Philadelphia Mint and even in circulated fine condition. This coin has shocked collectors by reaching values close to $30,000 in today's auction market. The Washington quarter design itself is already iconic. On the front, we see George Washington facing left, strong and dignified, with the word Liberty boldly across the top, and "I in God We Trust" placed to the left. The date 1985 appears at the bottom. But here is where the story gets interesting on this rare variety. The date is noticeably larger and bolder than normal, known as the large date variety, and just below Washington's ponytail sits the P mint mark, which shows clear signs of a striking error. This P mint mark error is the key reason collectors go crazy for this coin on known high-value examples. The mint mark may appear distorted, doubled, misplaced, or unusually shaped, caused by a die error during production. Errors like this are not supposed to leave the mint, yet a small number escaped into circulation, making them incredibly hard to find today. Flip the coin over, and you'll see the classic eagle reverse used before the state quarters era. The eagle stands proudly with spread wings, arrows clutched in its talons, and olive branches, symbolizing both strength and peace. United States of America and E pluribus unum frame the design, with $quarter at the bottom. Even in fine circulated condition, when the major details are still visible and the error is clear, collectors consider this coin a serious prize. What makes this even more surprising is that the coin does not need to be in mint state to be valuable. A circulated fine condition example, with visible wear but strong lettering and a clearly identifiable large date and P mint error, has sold in elite auctions for prices approaching $30,000. That value comes from a perfect storm of rarity, demand, and the growing popularity of error coins among serious numismatists. Many people unknowingly spend rare coins like this every day. The 1985 Washington quarter looks ordinary at first glance, which is why collectors always recommend checking your change. Carefully look closely at the size of the date, examine the P mint mark under magnification, and compare it with a regular 1985 quarter. That tiny difference could mean the difference between 25 cents and a life-changing amount of money. Today, the most valuable examples of the 1985 large date Washington quarter with P-error mint mark are locked away in private collections, but a few are still believed to be out there, hiding in old jars, coin rolls, and inherited collections. If you ever come across one, professional authentication and grading are essential, because confirmed examples are some of the most expensive modern Washington quarters ever sold. Next coin, the 1998 Washington $quarter with a large date and P mint mark, is one of those surprising finds, and even in circulated fine condition, this coin has reached values around $3,000 in today's auction market. On the front of the coin, George Washington's familiar portrait faces left, with Liberty stretching across the top, and "I in God We Trust" clearly visible to the side. The date 1998 appears at the bottom, but on the large date variety, the numbers are thicker, bolder, and more prominent than on standard strikes. Just to the right of Washington's ponytail is the P mint mark, showing that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, where subtle die differences created this collectible variety. The large date feature is what immediately catches the attention of experienced collectors. When compared side by side with a normal 1998 quarter, the difference in the size and shape of the date becomes clear. These larger, stronger numerals came from a different die setup, and far fewer of these coins were released into circulation, making them much harder to find today. especially with clear details still visible. Turning the coin over reveals the classic eagle reverse design used before the state quarters program fully took over circulation. The eagle stands with its wings spread wide, holding arrows and olive branches, symbolizing strength and peace. United States of America and E Pluribus Unum surround the design, with quarter dollar clearly stamped at the bottom, even in fine circulated condition. Where somewhere is expected, collectors look for strong lettering and a clear large date on the front. What makes this coin especially appealing is that it doesn't need to be uncirculated to be valuable, a circulated fine condition example, with honest wear but sharp enough details to confirm the large date and P-Mint mark, has sold for up to $3,000 in competitive auctions. Demand for modern Washington quarter varieties has grown rapidly, pushing prices higher as more collectors enter the market. Many of these valuable quarters are still hiding in plain sight coin jars, old rolls, inherited collections, and even everyday change are still possible places to find a 1998 large date quarter. Most people never check the date style or mint mark closely, which is why these coins continue to surprise those lucky enough to discover one. If you think you've found a 1998 Washington quarter with a large date and P-Mint mark, professional authentication is extremely important. Certified examples bring the highest prices because buyers want confirmation that the variety is genuine. One small detail can make the difference between a common coin and a highly valuable collector piece. Next coin, the 1985 Washington quarter dollar with a large date and D-Mint mark, is one of those surprising coins, and even in circulated fine condition, this piece has reached values close to $3,500 in today's auction market. On the front of the coin, George Washington's familiar portrait faces left, with Liberty clearly stretched across the top, and I in God We Trust placed to the side at the bottom. The date 1985 appears bold and strong on the large date variety. The numbers are thicker and more prominent than normal, standing out clearly when compared to a standard 1985 quarter. Just to the right of Washington's ponytail is the D-Mint mark, showing the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. The large date feature is what makes this quarter special during production. Different dies were used, and some created noticeably larger and heavier date numerals. Fewer of these large date coins entered circulation, and many were worn down over time, making surviving examples harder to find today, even in fine condition. Flip the coin over, and you'll see the classic eagle reverse that collectors recognize instantly. The eagle stands proudly with wings spread, holding arrows and olive branches, a powerful symbol of strength and peace. United States of America and E Pluribus Unum surround the design, with quarter dollar clearly stamped along the bottom edge. Even with circulation wear, collectors look for strong lettering and a clearly defined design. What truly surprises many people is that this coin does not need to be uncirculated to carry value. A circulated fine condition example, showing normal wear but still retaining clear details and an identifiable large date, with D-Mint mark, has sold in auctions for around $3,500. The combination of a popular series, a noticeable variety, and growing demand has pushed prices higher in recent years. These valuable quarters are often overlooked. They can still be hiding in old change jars, bankrolls, or family coin collections that haven't been checked in years. Because most people never examine the size of the date or the mint mark closely, rare varieties like this can slip by unnoticed. If you believe you've found a 1985 Washington quarter with a large date and D-Mint mark, professional grading and authentication are essential. Certified examples attract the strongest bids, because collectors want proof that the variety is genuine. That small detail can be the difference between a regular quarter and a valuable collector coin. Next coin, the 1981 Washington quarter dollar with a large date and P-Mint mark, is one of those hidden gems, and even in circulated fine condition, This coin has reached values around $3,300 in today's auction market. On the front of the coin, George Washington's classic portrait faces left, with Liberty boldly across the top, and I in God We Trust clearly visible. The date 1981 appears at the bottom, and on the large date variety, the numbers are thicker, taller, and more noticeable than on standard examples. Just to the right of Washington's ponytail is the P Mint mark, indicating it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The large date variety is what makes this coin stand out during production. Different dies were used, and some produced noticeably larger date numerals. Fewer of these large date quarters entered circulation, and over time many were worn down or lost, making surviving examples much harder to find today, especially with details clear enough to identify the variety. Turning the coin over reveals the familiar eagle reverse design. The eagle stands with wings spread wide, holding arrows and olive branches, symbolizing America's strength and desire for peace. United States of America and E Pluribus Unum surround the design, with quarter dollar clearly shown at the bottom even in fine circulated condition. Collectors value strong lettering and a clear overall design. What surprises many people is that this coin doesn't need to be in mint condition to be valuable. A circulated fine condition 1981 large date quarter with a P Mint mark showing honest wear but still clear features has sold for up to $3,300 in competitive auctions. Demand for modern Washington quarter varieties continues to grow, pushing prices higher as collectors compete for limited examples. These valuable quarters can still be hiding in plain sight. Old change jars, coin rolls from banks, and family collections are all possible places where a rare 1981 quarter could be sitting unnoticed, because most people never compare date sizes or examine mint marks closely. These coins often get spent without a second thought. If you believe you've found a 1981 Washington quarter with a large date and P Mint mark, professional authentication and grading are extremely important. Certified coins bring the highest prices because buyers want confidence that the variety is genuine. One small detail can make the difference between a common coin and a valuable collector piece. Next coin, the 1974 Washington quarter dollar with a large date and a noticeable mint mark anomaly, has become one of the most sought-after modern quarters, and even in circulated fine condition, this coin has reached values around $5,000 in today's auction market. On the front of the coin, George Washington's familiar portrait faces left, with Liberty across the top, and I in God We Trust clearly visible. The date 1974 appears at the bottom, and on the large date variety, the numbers are bold, thick, and stand out more than usual. Just to the right of Washington's ponytail is where the mint mark should be, and on this rare variety, that mint mark shows a dot-like or abnormal appearance, something collectors instantly recognize as an error. This unusual dot or abnormal mint mark is what makes this coin so special. It may appear very small, faint, or distorted, often looking like a simple dot rather than a clear letter. Errors like this happen when the die is damaged or improperly prepared during minting, and very few of these error coins ever make it into circulation, which explains their rarity today. When you turn the coin over, you'll see the classic eagle reverse design. The eagle stands with its wings spread, holding arrows and olive branches, symbolizing both strength and peace. United States of America and E Pluribus Unum surround the design, with quarter dollar clearly shown at the bottom. Even in fine circulated condition, collectors want strong lettering and enough detail to clearly identify the error on the front. What surprises many people is that this coin does not need to be uncirculated to be valuable. A circulated fine condition example, with visible wear but a clear large date and identifiable mint mark anomaly, has sold in major auctions for as much as $5,000. The value comes from rarity, strong collector demand, and the excitement surrounding mint mark errors. These valuable 1974 quarters are often hiding in plain sight. They can still be found in old change jars, coin rolls, or family collections that have been passed down and never carefully checked because most people don't look closely at mint marks or date styles. Rare error coins like this often go unnoticed. If you believe you found a 1974 Washington quarter with a large date and a dot-like or unusual mint mark, professional authentication is extremely important. Certified examples bring the highest prices because collectors want confirmation that the error is genuine. One tiny detail can turn an ordinary quarter into a valuable collector's treasure.